But it's also really important to me that I share with you not only the really good, exciting moments, but also like the little blips where I just don't feel great. I think that's really important that you see me as a human being, because I think a lot of people don't. So I don't know. I want that disclaimer out there.
To all the people who are up in my DMs trying to guess what character I'm playing, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna answer your DMs. If you have any opinions, I don't want to hear them. I'm like so ready to just throw my phone away. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I know it's gonna happen.
I don't want people to see me as ungrateful or anything like that. I was nervous that that's what this makes me look like.
I'm gonna be on a talk show tonight and I'm gonna talk shit about them on the talk show. Talking shit on the talk show. This is the one time in my life where if you have something to say, I don't want to hear it.
It was meant to be her big bounce back. A bold, intense drama that could erase the mess of that Snow White flop and finally show the world that Rachel Zegler had real star power. But instead, the whole thing crashed and burned mid-shoot. Not paused, not reworked, just straight up shut down. And guess who insiders say caused the chaos? Rachel Zegler.
I have nothing interesting to say. I look insane. Everyone's just ignoring my phone calls. Whatever, it's chill. I don't even care.
Again. The studio tried to spin it as a scheduling conflict, but people close to the set are calling that a total lie. Crew members say things were spiraling for weeks, shouting matches, dirty looks, and even caught on camera meltdowns. One assistant director even threatened to quit unless someone stepped in and fixed the madness. And in the eye of the storm, Rachel. Word is she was cold, hard to work with, and totally unaware of how toxic things were getting around her. But it wasn't some explosive blow-up that kicked things off. Nope, it started slow. Eye rolls during rehearsals, showing up late with a giant iced coffee like the set revolved around her, acting like she was doing them a favor just by being there.
That she believes that she should be able to express herself and speak her truth or whatever nonsense, regardless of the consequences to everybody else.
There's two of me. Double the trouble, am I right? You can't check in. You're not an adult.
I did not like Snow White. The reason why is that the actress that plays Snow White, she acts like a bitch all the time.
One longtime lighting guy even said, "She made it seem like we were lucky to work with her, not the other way around." What was supposed to be a redemption arc just turned into another disaster. But things didn't stay low-key for long. According to crew members, Rachel started pushing for huge script changes halfway through filming, switching up entire scenes to boost her own image, even if it messed with the original storyline. And get this, when the director gave her some simple direction, nothing wild, just stuff like hit your mark and dial it back a little, she flipped.
It's really not about the love story at all, which is really, really wonderful. It's Hollywood, baby.
People on set say she raised her voice, called the director out for disrespecting her talent, and stormed off the set in full costume, while the cameras were still rolling. That's when it all started to crumble. Morale hit rock bottom overnight. One supporting actor, who insiders say was crucial to the story's emotional punch, flat out refused to do another scene with Rachel unless a mediator stepped in. The makeup crew, they started working in shifts just so they wouldn't have to go near her trailer. One assistant didn't hold back. They said it turned into a walking PR nightmare. And the craziest part? Rachel apparently acted like she wasn't the issue at all. She told people she was being targeted, misunderstood, and shown no respect.
I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part.
Even as the whole production fell apart around her. But here's where things went from messy to full-on catastrophic. This wasn't some tiny indie film falling apart quietly behind the scenes. This was a huge studio project, the one that was supposed to fix Rachel's image after all that Snow White drama. Instead, it backfired hard. It didn't just confirm the rumors, it amplified them. The diva attitude, the script interference, the refusal to take direction. She didn't just ruin her own comeback, she torched it in public view. "I don't want people to see me in a weakened state." That's what she reportedly said behind closed doors. And while all that drama was going down on set, the internet lit up like wildfire.
I don't want people to see me in a weakened state.
I'm a narcissist.
Address the elephant in the room. I'm the hottest person in the world.
Reddit threads were booming. Meme pages couldn't stop clowning her, and suddenly this line started trending everywhere. She's not unlucky, she's unlikable. People started piecing it all together after back-to-back meltdowns. This wasn't a one-time thing. Patterns were forming, and they weren't cute. But Rachel, she didn't lay low or try to clean it up. Nope! She went live on Instagram, rocking a hoodie full of sarcasm, and just ranted. No formal statement, no studio-approved apology, just her.
I don't need your business. Thanks.
Rolling her eyes and throwing shade while fans flooded the comments, half in shock, half in secondhand embarrassment. Everyone's ignoring my calls, whatever, it's chill. That's what Rachel said. But let's be real, it wasn't chill, it was reckless. Word on the street is she broke her NDA. Big time. Multiple insiders say she violated the non-disparagement clause by talking trash about the production while it was still filming. And it wasn't just some harmless vent session. Lawyers reportedly went through her live stream frame by frame looking for proof she breached her contract. Why? Because if she did, the studio could fire her without having to reshoot everything. And rumor has it, that's exactly what they're getting ready to do. She even said, "I don't need your business, thanks." But apparently, the industry's taking that attitude seriously, too seriously. Even insurance companies are said to be panicking. Because when your lead becomes the biggest liability on set, you're not just burning time, you're burning millions. And Hollywood, they don't play with that kind of risk. One brutal post even said, "This girl does not deserve a feature-length film." And now, it's crickets. No directors coming to her defense, no stylists throwing up old glam shots, not even a lazy "we support Rachel" tweet, nothing. And in Hollywood, that kind of silence, it screams. And if you think that silence is just a coincidence, think again. This town leaks everything unless the lawyers step in. And when everyone suddenly goes quiet, it usually means one thing. They've all been told to walk away fast. Even her own PR team has gone ghost. No posts, no tweets, not even a recycled red carpet throwback. These were the same folks who once hyped her as a rising star. And now, they won't touch her name with a 10-foot pole, but it doesn't stop there. Nah, this mess runs even deeper. The damage isn't just personal, it's straight up professional. A young actress who was supposed to star alongside Rachel in a future project has already backed out, citing creative differences. Let's be real, that's code for "I'm not sinking with that ship."
I don't know if I've ever explained before. I was cast in West Side Story on January 9th, 2019. 1919, 1919, so 19's my lucky number. That probably interests no one, but it's interesting to me, so bye.
And now agents are out here giving real warnings. They're telling clients, don't be seen with her. Not at red carpets, not at parties, not even in the background of a paparazzi pic. Why? Because guilt by association is real in Hollywood. When someone goes from the next big thing to a full-on HR nightmare in under 2 years, everyone scrambles to protect their own brand. Oh, and that next big film Rachel was supposed to lead, the casting call for her role just reopened. The studio isn't offering up reasons, but insiders say this isn't random. Some think the recast is already underway, just being handled quietly to avoid making headlines. And it's not just acting gigs taking a hit. A major fashion brand had Rachel lined up for a spring campaign until suddenly her face vanished. Wiped clean from promo decks like she was never even part of it. That's not just PR cleanup. That's full-on erasure. In Hollywood, when they're done with you, they don't send a memo. They just pretend you never existed. But this mess? It's not just about Rachel anymore. It's starting to shake the whole system.
You shouldn't be cursing, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I have no self-control. Sorry, Mr. Mouse.
Word is, other Gen Z stars are now under the microscope. Execs are rewatching interviews, scanning for red flags, and rewriting contracts with strict behavior clauses. Not because they hate personality, but because they're scared stiff of another Zegler-style meltdown. One casting director reportedly told a trade mag off the record, of course she made activism look bratty. And now, studios are officially spooked. And that's not just a blow for Rachel. It's a slap in the face to every young actress out there who actually knows how to carry herself without blowing up a production. So what's next? Best case? The studio tries to Frankenstein together something halfway watchable from the footage they've got and just dump it on a streamer with zero promo. Quiet, quick, and gone. Worst case, the whole thing gets buried in legal limbo and Rachel's name starts vanishing from every casting shortlist in the game. This was supposed to be her redemption arc, but now it's become the industry cautionary tale. And the wildest part, Rachel still doesn't seem to get it. She's still posting, still smirking, still spinning the story like none of this is her fault. No apology, no ownership, just vibes. And they're not good ones.